Howdy everybody. I said I was going to do a long form video on just the snow as a fertilizer. So you can see I have a lot of trees out here. I'm going to just do a basic show off of how I'm going to focus more nutrients on the trees that are struggling. I probably won't bother to do this on my biggest trees that are doing the best, but I've got a couple, like you can see in this one, didn't grow that much in the tube. So I'm going to give it a little bit of extra help. Sink my tripod right into the snow here. The snow is pretty tall. Just going to take big shovels. Again, I don't want to take snow all too close to the root of the tree, because for one, that's taking more nutrients away from the feeder roots, which are the thread-like ones that gather up a lot more of the nutrients. They aren't the structure roots that hold the tree in place. But these are quite small, quite young. I planted them this spring, or last spring, I should say. So their root zone's quite small right now. But I wouldn't want to remove it from outside that or inside that area either, because snow's a good insulator. It keeps the roots warmer. If I take all the snow away from the roots, it might seem like I'm helping the tree stay warm, but I'm doing just the opposite. So by piling snow around the tree roots, you're actually protecting it from the cold to some extent. But you're also concentrating the nutrients. As I said in my last short about nutrient sources, or unusual gross nutrient sources, snow scrubs nitrogen as it falls through the atmosphere, and it becomes a nice, gentle, easily absorbed nitrogen source for your plants. So piling up snow on garden beds or on top of tree, root zones is a great way to add a lot of nutrients to help your plants grow in the coming season. So all I'm going to do is all my smaller trees, I'm just going to be going around piling up snow around them just to give them more feed, more food all winter or all spring. They'll have a huge head start because of this. And I know it's hard to see because it's all white on white, but I've got a pretty good ring built up around this tree now. In just a second, I'm going to move you guys over. You can see sort of the area I just cleared out. Here we go. Yep, just pulled a bunch of the snow off. I didn't scrape it clean by any means, but right here and now, walk in a big old circle. Stick this back down in the earth. There we go. Do it again on this side. My chestnut trees are 30 feet apart. It's recommended you go either 20 or 40 from what I'm told. If you do 20, you're going to have to cut about half of them down. But chestnut wood does sell okay, so you still make a profit and you get into production sooner. I just didn't have the money, and still really don't have the money, to plant trees just to cut them down later. Even if, like I said, the money does make sense, you'll make it all back when you sell the wood. But I also didn't really want to go the full 40 apart because I couldn't plant out nearly so many acres. So I'll get the yields a little bit slower than someone doing it with the 20, and I may still have to thin the trees down eventually and cut down some of them way later. So that's going to be way later. Right now, these trees have plenty of room for years to come, and plenty of room for me to walk in between them and throw snow on them every year that we get a good snow like this. But yeah, see if I can get this to zoom in. Yep. I don't know how much you can see that at all, but there's a big thick ring all the way around the base of that little sapling. Now, I guess I'll just pick out another tree that looks like it needs a boost, needs a help. It's like the one on the other side of this one really looks like it could use it. Of course, as these trees get bigger, they'll also kind of collect a lot of their own snow. As the wind blows, hits the tops of the trees once they're outside the tube and they've leafed out a bit, all that blowing snow will drop around their feet. It'll help feed them in the future as well. But bit by bit, looks like I scooped right under the tripod there. There we go, get some of the snow off, you guys. But there we go, just like that. Using very little effort, I'm concentrating a lot of nutrients all around the trees that need it most. And I'm taking it out of the big grassy areas that didn't really need it anyways, right now at least. This was all just lawn for years. Thankfully, this snow is still very light and fluffy. That big snow event was a while back, but we haven't really hit anywhere near the temperatures for a thaw. So this is just really light, fluffy snow. Not hard on my back or anything like that. It's not compacted or wet. It's a little more settled than fresh snow, but it's pretty light, pretty easy to maneuver and work in. Same thing, just gonna make a loop around the tree. Work on it from the other side. Oh, wind just picked up. You might have seen how that snow went way off to the side. But yep, just bit by bit. Feed the tree. Well, if you've stuck around this long, I don't have a whole lot else to say about the snow. So I'll start yammering about how you can support me if you want to. If you're not interested in that, you can go ahead and leave, or you can just sit here and enjoy watching the work get done. I know some people just enjoy that. I'll head to the next tree while I ramble. But if you want to support me, support what I do, support the homestead, support the knowledge I share, I have a Patreon. You get weekly updates from me for $3 a month. You can vote on what I should be doing next for $5 a month, and you still get the weekly updates. And I offer for $10 and $15 a bit of one-on-one time. Everybody who's selected those options has just done it to support me so far. But if you select those options, just let me know. I'll find a way to talk to you one-on-one, give you advice on how I would set things up on your farm, what I would recommend growing in the zone you're in, to my knowledge. Though of course, as you can tell by the snow, I know more about temperate climates than I do tropical. But I'm always happy to share advice, ideas, knowledge. So just think about helping me out there if you'd like to. Otherwise, I have a Etsy where I sell hand-forged products. If you need anything custom forged, talk to me about it. I'll see what I can do, see if I can do it for a fair price. I don't have any industrial or mechanical equipment to help me with my smithing. It's all hand-forged, so the bigger things get, the more they cost, and I try to be honest with how much it costs to make things. So I'm not always the cheapest guy for the bigger items, but I do my best. If you want to support me through buying something from my smithing shop, I got plenty of fire steels and stuff ready to go. I don't just do custom work. I sell something consistently. So yeah, if you want to help me out, if you want to support what I do, you just let me know. I'm probably going to be out here for a few hours doing this to all my trees, or at least all the little ones. But hopefully you learned something. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, enjoyed the rambles. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the camera now and warm it back up in my pocket before the cold eats away the battery. But have a great day, everyone. Stay warm, stay safe, drive safe in this weather, take care of yourself, dress well. There is no bad weather, only bad clothing. So please consider, investing in good gear, good equipment. I've got a video on that from around New Year's. Right now I'm geared up just the same as I was in that video. And I'm actually starting to sweat out here. Not cold in the least bit. So hopefully I've taught you something today, or one of those other videos I mentioned will teach you something. Have a great one, everybody, and I'll see you in the next video as soon as I can. Goodbye now.